In Natchez, Mississippi, you can buy a 3,000 square foot antebellum mansion for $148,000. The people who know that aren't telling anyone. America has been moving to the same 20 cities for 15 years, and those cities noticed. Austin priced out its own culture. Asheville is pricing out the artists who made Asheville worth visiting. But there's a quieter category. Never went viral, never got the Netflix doc, never showed up on a Next Brooklyn listicle. The numbers found 8 of them. Now you know about them too.
Really?
One has 250 waterfalls within 30 minutes. Median home price under $430,000. One is built inside a canyon, over 1,000 staircases, 2-bedroom at $185,000. The city at number 1 has more antebellum mansions per square mile than anywhere in America. Median home price $148,000. And almost nobody outside the South is talking about it. Stay with me. Every city here was ranked against median home prices, cost of living indexes, unemployment, walkability, and cultural density data, not vibes, numbers. Number 8, Staunton, Virginia. The world's only recreation of Shakespeare's original indoor theater is in a Shenandoah Valley city of 25,000 people, where the average mortgage is $1,400 a month. Nobody put that on a billboard. Median home price, $285,000. Rent, 1 bedroom, $1,050 per month. Cost of living, 18% below national average. Staunton has had a quiet reputation for years. Intact Victorian downtown, walkable streets, travel writers calling it a hidden gem since 2009. It still hasn't been discovered. No migration wave, no price spike. The Blackfriars Playhouse selling out Shakespeare on a Wednesday to a town that just never got ruined. One local put it simply, "We keep waiting for the developers to show up. They never do. It's the best thing that never happened to us." Farmers Market Saturday morning, mortgage $1,400, restored Victorian, neighbor on the porch swing. If Staunton sounds too quiet, the next city has dolphins, actual dolphins, on a Tuesday. Number 7, Beaufort, South Carolina. Most people drive straight through the South Carolina Lowcountry heading somewhere more famous. The ones who stopped in Beaufort didn't leave. Median home price, $375,000. Rent, 1 bedroom, $1,449 per month. Cost of living, 6% below national average. Best preserved antebellum district in the southeast, Spanish moss and salt air, sitting between Charleston and Savannah without the tourist markup, and the price still hasn't caught up to any of it. The film industry found it first. The window is narrowing, salt and low tide before you see the water. Dolphins in the river Tuesday mornings. Your $1,400 rent is the punchline to a joke everyone paying $3,200 coastal is not laughing at. Beaufort is low country slow, the next city is mountain fast, and the numbers get genuinely strange. Number 6, Brevard, North Carolina. It's called the land of waterfalls, 250 of them within 30 minutes. And that's not the most interesting thing about the housing market here. Median home price, $429,000. Rent, 1 bedroom, $1,200 per month. Cost of living, 6% below national average. Asheville, 45 minutes away, has blown past $500,000 and keeps climbing. Brevard is still at $429,000 with 500,000 acres of Pisgah National Forest outside the front door and a music festival scene Asheville would kill for. Davidson River audible from downtown. Remote workers unreasonably calm in the coffee shops by 7 a.m. Craftsman bungalow on a ridgeline for $1,500. The next entry is where the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. All genuinely desirable, all with reputations that should have driven prices up. None got the pandemic migration wave. None showed up on any hottest markets list. They just kept being good without getting expensive. The next city is the most extreme example of that anywhere in the country. Number 5, Galena, Illinois, a town of 3,100 people, a National Historic Landmark downtown, 18 presidential visits, Ulysses S. Grant's house still on the hill, median home price, $229,000, rent, 1 bedroom, $950 per month, tourism economic impact, $554 million per year. Galena built its reputation as one of the most intact 19th century downtowns in America. Then look at what that reputation produces, $554 million in annual economic impact from tourism in a town of 3,100 people. Main Street intact since the 1840s, federal-style brick, gas-lit streets, bluffs above the Galena River. For under $230,000, you own a piece of a town that $500 million in tourism cannot inflate. A Galena resident said it best on a local forum. We have the foot traffic of a small city and the property taxes of a cornfield. Don't tell anyone. Gaslit streets at night, quiet the way places only get when they've never been discovered. The next city proves this isn't a Midwest thing, Pacific Northwest, since 1889. Number 4. Port Townsend, Washington. In the 1880s, everyone assumed Port Townsend would become the dominant port of the Pacific Northwest. It didn't. That single failure is why the entire downtown looks like 1889 never ended. Median home price, $545,000. Rent, 1 bedroom, $1,600 per month. Cost of living, 4% above national average. The railroad went to Tacoma instead. Nobody tore the Victorian buildings down because nobody had money to replace them. Every Queen Anne mansion, every cast iron storefront, every widow's walk still standing in 2026. Water on 3 sides, Olympic Mountains behind. Mount Rainier across the Sound like it was placed there out of spite. Cold, salt, sharp air off the strait before you're even off the ferry. Streets quiet in a way that makes you feel like you got away with something. The next city is the Southwest equivalent, $360,000 less. Number 3, Bisbee, Arizona, a city at 5,300 feet that almost never hits 100 degrees. A 2-bedroom cottage at $185,000. Streets connected by over 1,000 staircases cut into canyon walls. Quietly weird since 1975. Considers that a feature? Median home value, $185,000, Zillow middle tier. Rent, 1 bedroom, $850 per month. Cost of living, 22% below national average. Future implication, reputation to price gap wider here than anywhere on this list. And it's closing. Victorian mining architecture, canyon geography, Brewery Gulch music scene that never stopped. 50 years of reputation as one of the most visually interesting small cities in America. And yet, $185,000 median home value, 22% below national average. Miner's cottage for $780 a month. A Bisbee local once told a travel writer, "People move here thinking it's quirky, then they realize it's actually just correct." Friday evening on Brewery Gulch. High desert after rain. Creosote, cold air, wood smoke from up the canyon. 3 bars playing simultaneously. Gallery opening next door. In Los Angeles, $780 a month buys you a parking space.
Everything's crooked. Reality is poison. I want to go back.
2 cities left, both in the South, both with the bones to back this up. Number 2, Savannah, Georgia. Savannah didn't make this list because it's beautiful. It made this list because it's beautiful and the math still works, which in 2026 coastal America is genuinely rare. Median home price, $350,000. Rent, 1 bedroom, $1,600 per month. Median household income, $58,000. Cost of living, 8% below national average. Future implication, Port of Savannah is one of the fastest growing in the US. This economy is not slowing down. Savannah's reputation needs no defending. 22 historic squares, one of the largest intact historic districts in America, Gulfstream, SCAD, one of the fastest growing ports in the country, a real city wearing a beautiful face. And here is what the beautiful version doesn't say. The architecture is intact because the city surrendered to Sherman rather than burn. One decision in 1864. That's why a restored antebellum row house runs under $400,000 in 2026, and those 22 squares aren't decorative. They're where people eat lunch under live oaks planted 200 years ago. Not a theme park, just Tuesday. Spanish moss, gardenias, low tide arriving at the same moment. Streets gaslit, mortgage $1,800 a month. The city at number 1 has everything Savannah has, and one thing Savannah can't match. Number 1, Natchez, Mississippi. More antebellum mansions per square mile than anywhere else in America. Median home price, $148,000. 200 feet above the Mississippi River. Almost nobody outside the South is seriously looking here. Median home price, $148,000. Rent, 1 bedroom, $750 per month. Cost of living, 26% below national average. Antebellum mansions standing, 60 plus. Future implication, most undervalued architectural inventory in America. Window is closing. Natchez has a reputation, just not the right one. People know it as a Civil War history stop. That undersells it completely. The architectural inventory rivals Charleston and Savannah. The bluff setting is singular. And the people arriving quietly over the last 5 years, remote workers, architects, retirees, all ran the same math. A $140,000 Greek revival with original columns and heart pine floors. Cost of living 26% below national average. Rent $750 a month. They stopped looking and started packing. You stand on the bluff at sunset. The Mississippi a mile wide and slow below you. Light goes orange, then deep red. Then the river holds whatever color the sky chooses. Mortgage on a 3,000 square foot antebellum house, under $800 a month. That's not a typo, that's Natchez. These 8 cities stayed good without getting famous. That window doesn't stay open forever. Would you actually move to any of them?